Oh, okay. They are starting. Dark One seems to be stuck in the cutscene. And he also seems to be using in-game time.
Oh.
I don't know if he has 2 timers on his layout, or and he grabbed the wrong one, or we'll see.
Probably.
Yeah, so Dark One, I'm not sure if he was checking something, but he was like he lost a second or two from the cutscene, but
Yeah, he kind of paused there. That's
nothing really to worry about. He did get an excellent color, whereas Regol, the
went with the
bald
classic.
with no. I mean, it's too try hard for my taste. I mean, I'm not sure.
And
I gotta
then
support our local streamers who go for the custom colors.
custom. And then he actually took it off. I'm surprised. I thought he was gonna go for the what they do in Crapple, where they hit the hollow with the short the broken straight sword or the
hilt,
broken yeah.
Right. So Rico deciding that he doesn't want to kill Oscar. I heard that was faster, but I mean,
I have doubts about that. I question it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a conspiracy.
Okay, they're just wait, why is Dark One at 2 minutes? I'm even more confused about what's going on with the timer. He didn't actually pick up. He didn't stay into the dialogue long enough to get the key. That's really unfortunate. Okay, so he has to run all the way back to Oscar. He actually, because he left the room after talking to him, he actually dies. So he just picks up the key.
So it's just a little bit slower, but that's what you see. That's why killing him is just faster. You just remember to pick up all the items at once instead of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, his timer jumped up to a minute ahead. I'm wondering what's happening with that. Maybe he started his.
Yeah, maybe he started his timer because he thought he had in-game time.
Yeah.
So now he gets to spam a couple soul arrows into Asylum Demon's butt.
Oh, really? He doesn't use the.
Goal is on his way out of the asylum.
Well, the nice thing is you can just spam it, and you don't even have to worry about stamina management with magic. Because in this game, it doesn't use stamina. In future titles, which I know they technically don't exist, you do spend stamina, but not in here.
Regal getting hit by a couple of hollow attacks and choosing to heal up. I can respect that. Also, Dark One's timer is now just vanished entirely. So that's something.
They just gave up on it.
I mean, you can just look at Regal's timer.
Yeah. And here's where Dark One's gonna decide to go down the elevator shaft. Which normally these elevators hook up to the Undead Berg?
Parish.
Or the Undead Parish, my bad.
Yes.
Yeah. But you need to activate them first, so right now you just go straight to pick up the Homeward Bones and the Lloyd Talismans. So now he's got 6.
And he's going to be taking a different route over to Gargoyles. So he's going to be using the shortcut to the Valley of the Drakes, and then running that way to get RTSR and the Grasscrest Shield. Meanwhile, Regal is going through the Undead Berg, which is slightly faster, but you don't get RTSR, so he's going to need to backtrack and get that.
So that's my question. Is he going to pick up RTSR now? Or, because from the notes, it looks like he grabs a bonfire and then goes picks up RTSR? Just because it's really...
Yeah, he's probably going to take the Undead Parish bonfire before Andre. And then from there, he's going to grab the... oh, actually, he didn't... Okay, he doesn't need the short bow. Because he started Hunter. So he's... I'm not entirely sure. I thought there was a route where you started Thief.
Oh, I'm talking about Dark One, sorry.
Oh, Dark One. Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, because Dark One would optimally, if he wants to pick up RTSR, he would pick it up now. But it's really scary with the Drakes, not only to get the RTSR, but then to have to drop down and get the bonfire, and then run out of there. So we'll see. We'll see what he does.
I assume he will. The drop isn't too bad as long as you don't get a sword roll.
Yeah. And then doing two-handed Taurus with Slayer.
Yes, what we were talking about, Dark One's route. Regal has just killed the second boss in the game. Oh, and he's having some trouble getting down the stairs. And now he's going to be running across... Oh, accidentally... He might get hit by the fire here because of that small mistake. He was forgetting he doesn't have a shield equipped, and he's trying to block with it. Yep, he does get hit here, but... It's just going to be like a short time loss. He's going to get up, heal, and everything's going to be fine. So he's going to use that bow to shoot down the Hellkite Drake and cut off its tail. Oh, he doesn't have the resonance equipped. He's not going to be able to get a tail cut here, actually, unfortunately. Because he healed, and then
he went
to use the resin, but he forgot he had the Estus still equipped.
Okay, so Dark One's going to grab the bonfire here, and then I didn't see him grab the RTSR, so he's probably going to go back. Yeah. Ooh, taking the shortcut. That's interesting.
Ooh, this is unfortunate. He doesn't have any more Estus, and Hellkite's just kind of doing weird attacks. Okay, so it seems what he's going to do. He didn't want to go out there to... Oh. Oh no! That's... Okay, I'm surprised that attack doesn't reach into that little crook where he's hiding out. So he kicked down the shortcut bonfire, you said?
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
so he's got...
So if he waits here long enough, then Hellkite should just come down on his own.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of the harder things to learn at first. And
Dark One is grabbing the Grass Crest Shield. He's not going to kill the Black Knight for souls, so that makes things less scary.
Yeah.
Okay, Regal has now got the tail cut, so he can just run past.
And he's got it.
So now he's going to rearrange his inventory for Moose Swap a little bit later on, which we'll explain, I guess, when it's relevant.
Yeah.
Depending on when he does gargoyles, it could be very soon. I'm not actually sure.
No point for spoilers. Well, if he does DT +5, normally they would go straight for Sense Gate skip, and then...
Yeah, true, but I've seen people do bosses in all sorts of different orders for DT +5. So they're actually probably both going to be heading to the same bonfire. They're about the same distance, actually. Regal's slightly closer.
Yeah.
But he has also killed Taurus Demon. So that's something to remember.
True. Yeah, he's killed one more boss than Dark One has. But he did pick up the RTSR, which is like a decent amount of time.
Definitely. Regal is still definitely going to have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to be like some kind of mega peach to not go for RTSR.
With 69-bit.
Okay, so Dark One is actually buying 999 wooden arrows, which is going to be used for something else later on. Basically, you just need it. You need 999 of something, and wooden arrows are the cheapest thing to get.
Yep. Which is, you need something cheap because you only have the souls from Asylum Demon. In his case, only the souls from... Did he pick up any souls from Valley of the Drakes?
I wasn't watching, unfortunately. Okay, so Regal right now is doing something called Sense Gate skip. It's probably been explained like 2 billion times by now, but I'll just go ahead and do it again. I guess I'll explain it while Dark One's doing it, because he's doing it as well.
Dark One's doing it too, yeah.
So you aggro this hollow over here, and then you parry him, and you do a riposte. And because the animation of the fist riposte, your fist kind of goes out of bounds and into like a kill box. Well, okay, it's not into a kill box, into the area that makes it. You think
it gives you like a
kill
death
box.
cam.
Yeah, a death cam. So just far enough into the kill box that it doesn't kill you. and then basically the game thinks you're dead, so it stops loading new areas. And basically that just allows you to run right through this section. As you can see, nothing's loaded.
Yep.
You run right through a gate that's supposed to stop your way, and you quit out, and you're in the other side.
Yeah, and for the longest time, no one thought sense gate skip was possible, and like this was found rather recently too, right?
Last like 2 years or so.
Yeah.
Not super recent, but not brand new either. And John Margaret knew it was possible this entire time.
All this time.
I would expect that Dark One will be freeing Logan, based on the fact that he's doing a magic route.
Oh, and he's gonna have to use the snake too, because he doesn't have the
Drake sword. That's true.
The Drake sword, yeah. So
he will be at the mercy of RNG there.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh,
that
lucky
was,
for
that was
him.
safe.
He gets hit by the pendulum, but he lands right back. He's unsure which way he's facing. There he goes, going the right way. Okay, so Regol is quitting out for this boulder because if you quit out, it basically interrupts the cycle of the boulder. So you have enough time to run part of the way up, quit out, and run the rest of the way up without getting hit.
Oh, and he didn't get a RTSR, so he's not going to set up RTSR for Iron Golem, which makes it a little bit more challenging, I'd say, than with the Drake sword.
Makes it a lot more RNG heavy.
Yeah, and you have to do just a couple more hits because you have to deal 400 damage, right, to the leg.
And so here you see Dark One demonstrating why RNG in races is not fun.
Yep.
Because you need the Snake Man to do one of two specific attacks. I don't even know if you can get the second one to work because it only works off. Yeah, it's the second swing of that attack can also break the wall, but because his shield has such high defense, what is the right word I'm looking for? I don't actually know.
Stability.
Stability, that's the one. It just knocks him back, so he doesn't do the second attack.
Yep.
The other attack he's looking for is the stab,
like a poke,
which the Snake Man just doesn't want to do.
Yeah, so he literally has to hope. The snake can also fall here, which kind of sucks. So if...
Yeah, he actually backed off to avoid that.
Yeah.
And while we were talking about the snake, Regol has done the move swap glitch. Basically, how do we... I'm just going to try and explain this super fast. It means he can use a strong weapon super fast.
Yeah, so you use... you can only two-hand the bow on your left hand. That's the only weapon you can two-hand on your left hand. And so when you swap really fast to another weapon, the game gets confused and uses the attack right animation of the right weapon. So in this case, he's using the rapier, which has a nice
double hit.
Yep.
So it gives him a double hit with the Drake sword, which is much better than anything else he has. So he got the Golem stagger,
which is nice. Yeah.
It should be the right spot.
Yep. It looks like he's going to fall.
If you do enough damage, he'll go into the stagger, and if you hit him in the leg, he just falls down.
Exactly, perfect RNG. There was no RNG to that snake. That was exactly... Ooh, he's...
Oh, I just noticed that... Oh, Dark One is going to pick up the lightning spear? I assume that would be for Iron Golem. Oh, and S2 maybe? I'm not sure how this works.
That's very interesting.
I didn't get this far into the notes.
Throwing all the curveballs at us now.
Yeah, so the lightning spear should be roughly equivalent to a +10 weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think against Iron Golem it's really good too because lightning is good against armored enemies, if I remember correctly. So that'll be really nice.
That Ornstein is strong against lightning though, so that'll be rough,
interesting,
to say the least.
Maybe he's gonna go for smoke first and then kill Super Ornstein. That'll be interesting. I haven't seen anyone do it.
Surprised. Dupe. Wait, does it say he's gonna dupe 16 times in the notes? Oh my.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
We are in for a treat. At least that will give us enough time to talk about what Regole is doing, because we haven't really given him enough time. So he's running through these rafters here.
Did he pick up the Anor Londo bonfire? I actually didn't notice if he did or not. I'm assuming he did, but...
I saw him heading that way, so I assume he did.
Yeah. And then, because the rafters are a pretty scary area, just like this painting guardian here who...
Yes, that's one reason you keep the rapier equipped, because if that guy runs at you, you just poke him off the edge and he's not a problem.
Yep. Oh, interesting RTSR setup from Dark One there, using the archer.
Yes, according to his notes, he does do 2 Sen's Gate skips.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty nice damage.
That's, you know, that's all right.
Yeah, it's about equivalent to RTSR with the...
I mean, it's, oh, so he just bones out?
Oh, that's interesting.
What?
I'm assuming for the soul? Does he do quantity storage, maybe?
I guess. You can't do it now. You need to kill, Quelaag first.
Quelaag, yeah.
And then, meanwhile, Regole is going through one of the scariest parts of the game.
Yeah, definitely for beginning players too. This is probably one of the most challenging areas. The Anor Londo archers here. But in a speedrun, what's really nice is you can just use the Drake-tailed sword here.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
He didn't get a roll for some reason, so he just got shot straight off. The physics don't quite make much sense, because, you know, he gets shot from straight on, and he goes, like, way off to the left. Oh, no! He falls again.
And that's so why putting out...
You have to roll the arrow, and then while the knight is recovering, you have to use the Drake sword to knock him off. He was a little bit too impatient, but
there you go.
Luckily, he just falls off on his own accord.
Speak to me again to further.
So Dark One is just talked to Logan. I didn't actually see what he just bought. I assume it would be Soul Spear and possibly Homing Soul Mass, but he didn't attune any of them. Did he quantity storage Soul Spear, perhaps? That's what I would expect. It would explain why he has 0 souls.
Yeah. No, I think he just bought everything. That's why he has 0 souls. He probably has a very tight soul count. Maybe that's why.
I don't think it's that tight. I assume he quantity storage something.
Maybe. Oh, maybe he quantity storage the... Yeah, he bought the 99...
Soul Spear, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
And so now, Sen's Gate skip number 2.
Number 2. Well, on the right side, you get a lot of practice on Sen's Gate skip with this route.
Oh.
Ooh.
Slight freeze on Dark One's side. Everything seems fine now.
And now Slayer going for what I would say is probably one of the more challenging boss fights, especially in DT plus 5, because you have no RTSR.
No RTSR and basically no levels, very low endurance, you're mid-rolling. Yeah, it's pretty rough.
It's hard.
If everything goes like perfectly, it can be just fine. But if you're unlucky, stuff can go pretty crazy real quick.
Yeah. And he's getting a pretty good opening from Ornstein here.
Oh, or not.
Oh, never mind.
That is too soon.
I jinxed it, my bad.
So that's the good attack, and then... Oh, I thought he got hit by that attack there. Okay.
No.
So
and then he got the charge from Smoke,
yeah,
too.
now would be a good time to heal, because Smoke is like right behind Ornstein, so anytime... If he decides to attack, he'd probably just get punished.
Yeah, and on the bright side, this weapon deals a lot of poise, so Ornstein gets 2 hits.
2 hit stagger, yeah.
It's a stagger, which is really nice.
He missed 1 attack. Okay. He could have gone for that. It would have been a little bit risky, but...
Yeah, played it safe instead, which is...
Yeah. So Ornstein's going to charge here. Ooh, okay.
Nice
I wasn't sure if he was going to do the glitchy Ornstein thing. Now he should be able to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, nope. Ornstein decided to jump back.
He's close though. As long as he doesn't get too greedy, he should be able to get it. And he should be able to tank one hit. Yeah.
Okay, just gonna do a follow up. So now it's just free.
There you go. Yeah, and then second phase of Ornstein and Smoke is, well, it's just super smoke, so it's pretty basic. Again, just a one running attack for a stagger, so it's really nice.
As long as you don't try and stagger him too quickly. If you try to hit him while he's already in his stagger animation, he won't stagger again. I've seen a few people die to that, so you need to be careful with that. But
it's definitely really unfortunate too. Yeah. Because you're like, I finally beat them, and then for you to just die at that point, it's just kind of... It's a little devastating. And then Dark One going through Sense Fortress again?
Again, yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much exactly the same as the last time, but he doesn't need to free Logan.
Yeah, and he doesn't need to kill Iron Golem either, so that'll be... Should be just a quick run through.
So Regal's now got the Lord Vessel, he's able to warp around.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering. Having to run through Sense Fortress does take a lot of time. So
it probably wouldn't be faster to take the shortcut because you'd need to run all the way to the Undead Merchant, run all the way down the stairs, pick up the key, run all the way back up. And he doesn't even visit the merchant in the first place. It's... yeah, I don't think it would be worth it. Definitely not comfy.
No, definitely not.
Doesn't belong in a comfy mage route.
Although I'm still wondering if he's going to use the Lightning Spear for Ornstein and Smoke. That'll be...
Oh, I hope not, for his sake. No, I'm sure it'll just be Soul Spear.
He has.
So now we get to watch Dupe, Soul of Iron Golem. How many
Do you want to explain how duping works?
Okay.
Now that he's going to do it 16 times.
Sure. So while you're doing basically any animation, you have the opportunity to hit the use button and then open your menu and use something else, and then basically the game just gets confused and it uses the quantity from the item used from your menu, which in Dark One's case is the Estus Flask. So he's going to basically take quantity from the Estus Flask and get the effect of using Iron Golem Soul.
Yeah.
Regal trying to do a ladder move swap. So we mentioned that you can basically get the effect of basically a strong attack with a fast animation. And you can basically just do that off of any animation, much like duping. But if you mess up the swap, you get like basically an attack, and it's really slow because he doesn't have enough strength to use the Dragon Tooth in his hand.
Yep. And it only happens if you're fast enough. If you're slow enough, you'll see that your character just kind of two-hands it for a second and then lets go of it. But yeah, he's making quick work of gargoyles with the Dragon Tooth there. So that's really nice. And then, well, we have Dark One here. Gonna go do the rafters now.
Yes, the move swap plus a powerful weapon makes quick work of most of the early game bosses, even the mid game bosses, and even the end game bosses with RTSR.
Yeah. Which he still hasn't gotten yet, so I'm assuming that's the next thing he's gonna go for before he goes down to whatever next boss he goes for.
I assume that's what he's doing. It appears that way. So actually, something to point out is that Dark One doesn't have a rapier for the rafters. So I'm curious what his plan is if a painting guardian decides to attack him.
I thought that's why he had the lightning spear out to use that in case.
Uh-oh, this could be it.
Whoa.
Yep.
Oh.
That's the thing you need to watch out for.
That's why you want to get the Firelink bonfire. I mean the
Honda bonfire. Yeah. So I guess I can explain. So in this game, you can backstab enemies if you attack them while you're behind them. Enemies can do that too, but they don't have to be in like an idle animation. They can be in the middle of an attack. You can be in the middle of a roll. As long as they're behind you, they just backstab you. The game doesn't really care.
Yeah.
And Regal is buying. Wait, he's buying.
He's buying magic. Yeah, he bought a catalyst, and I'm assuming great. Yeah, heavy Solero.
I believe it's. I don't think he sells great heavy. It's just heavy.
Yeah. We might be seeing some of Kamul's route kind of sneaking into Slayer's route now. I'm wondering if he's going to go for the 99 intelligence like Kamul did yesterday.
But it would be pretty smart of him.
And then round 2 for Rafters and Dark One.
Let's see if he... Okay, the Painted Guardian this time is just going to throw daggers at him, so he's fine.
And then Slayer here does like a nice little drop through Blighttown. Since he doesn't have fall control, he can't make like the big fall down. But it does save. It's really nice because just get down.
You could do something what's called a plunge. I guess it's just called a plunge. To basically land closer to Quelag, but he doesn't want to do that because he needs to pick up a Dragon Scale to upgrade his weapon.
Yeah. And since he has the Lord Vessel, he's able to warp around now, so grabbing this bonfire doesn't matter anymore, because he can just warp out at any time.
So Dark One is actually taking a bonfire. You didn't see Regal. Okay, he forgot to attune his many Soul Spears.
Soul Spears.
There, so he's got 16 now, which should be more than enough to take care of ONS. So you didn't see Regal take this bonfire yet. He'll be back like way later.
How many how much attunement does he have? I didn't get to see that. Oh, with the level ups, he probably got enough attunement to have 4 of them equipped.
I'm fairly sure that Sorcerer starts with 3.
Yeah.
I only know that because I just did a Sorcerer run. I believe it was 14 it starts with.
Yeah, 14 for 3 slots at least. Yeah, it's interesting because I don't think any route starts. Even magic routes tend to start with Thief instead of Sorcerer class.
Because you just don't like magic is just not really very good at the very beginning of the game.
No. I'm kind of having some trouble with move swap with Slayer.
Oh, he just got it. So now he's going to be going to Quelag. Blah, 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 sorry. Going to Quelag.
It's okay, I call her Kellogg's.
Kellogg's, that works. At least you know how to speak, apparently. Quelag's really shouldn't be too much trouble. Because he does have Moose Swap and Dragon Tooth.
Yep.
It's not as crazy as in some routes, just because he doesn't have RTSR or any upgrades.
Yeah, he just has to... Yeah, that AoE is the only thing that he has to be kind of careful about with her, for the most part. But...
Oh, he missed one attack. Is he going to be able to salvage it? He does. Ooh. Dark
that
One
was
able
nice.
to just Soul Spear the Enerlondo archers.
Yeah,
that definitely makes things easy. Or, dare I say, comfy.
Yeah, that's right. Who needs attunement when you can just Catalyst R2 everything? And then ringing the second bell for Slayer here. You need these 2 bells to open up the Sense Gate, but since he already has the bonfires, it's not like he's going to use it. But it also opens up the ability to talk to Frampt, which is what I think he's going to go do next. To do the quantity storage, quantity storage.
Place Lord Vessel so that it opens up other areas, and then yes, he's going to be depositing these items into the bottomless box. Oh, God, the bottomless box, and yes, basically there's a glitch that allows you to dupe items in your bottomless box.
Is Soul Spear fast? This will be an interesting fight.
Yeah, it's just as fast as a Soul Arrow.
Okay. Because I think normal magic, like if you're talking about Grapple Mage, they normally use
they start off with a
Soul Arrow.
He definitely would have had time. So Grapple Mage used to start off with a Great Heavy Soul Arrow, which is very slow.
And those take so long to cast, yeah.
And then they would do a... Whoa, what is Ornstein doing? Oh my god. That was...
Ornstein
wow. That was one of the worst
around.
cases of glitchy Ornstein I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And as we were talking about Dark One's ONS fight, Regole is duping his firebombs, his dragon scales, and he's selling the Soul of Quelag 999 times.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason he picked up the 999 arrows. And
yeah, so
basically, you store the number 999 from the drop menu. You keep that menu from opening by... Well, this is really complicated. So if you don't stop moving before you open up the menu, it doesn't pop up right away. Then you talk to Frampt, then you stop moving, which makes the menu pop up, and then you have a menu on top of a menu, and then you try and sell 999, or you try and sell Quelag Soul, and the 999 from the drop menu sells 999 Quelag Souls, which gives you like 10 million souls. And now you're going to see him level up a lot of times. Okay, hopefully Dark One's ONS fight is going to go more according to plan. Is this going to be a two-shot? I mean, he has to hit him first.
Yeah.
Very jumpy Ornstein.
I hope he doesn't run out of... no, he shouldn't, right? Run out of Soul Spears? Ooh.
Well...
And the shovel, the most dreaded attack from Smogue. Oh, he's gonna do manliness test. Kind of manliness
test. Exciting. Not quite so manly when you have his health bar.
Yeah. But still, the fact that he's going for it, that's pretty...
So if you can imagine Dark One's ONS fight, but with much less powerful spells, that's basically what the old route Grapple Mage used to be.
Yeah.
In case you've ever heard people joking about it. Because with Soul Spear, it should be a two-shot, possibly a three-shot.
He missed the first move
swap. So Regole is missing his move swap while he's being attacked by Ceaseless. Can he recover? Meanwhile, Dark One gets hit again.
Unfortunate, yeah.
Unfortunate. Okay, he could kill Ceaseless here?
Yeah, he got him.
Yes, okay.
At this point, I wonder whether... because he did pick up the Ring of Favor and Protection early on, and he did equip it. Like, is it even worth it at this point? I think it's just taking up space.
He has it equipped. That's why he has the yellow arrow under his health bar.
Dang, even the comfiest route is still has to face ONS.
Even a two-shot with a ranged attack with the fastest spell in the game. Or actually, it's not the fastest. I believe Dark Bead is slightly faster.
And then Slayer here trying, doing the skip to Fire Sage. Basically, the game doesn't load the elevator fast enough, or like it loads everything else first, and then takes time. It takes a second to load the actual elevator, and so your character also gets steps back a little bit every time you load, so you get a chance to do what he's about to do. And since Fire Sage is literally right underneath, you can just plunge him, which means you take no fall damage, which is really nice. Just kind of worked out that way. It was Miyazaki's vision.
The reason the elevator doesn't load in is because it's actually part of the Demon Ruins area, not Quelag's domain.
Oh, really?
Yes. Okay, so Dark One finally getting his two-shot on Ornstein. A little bit of a scary smo because he tried to lock on, but I guess the pillar was in the way or something, so it didn't work. So he ended up turning his camera like 180 degrees. Dark One missing a Soul Spear on Guinevere. Meanwhile, Regal going into yet another boss. The Centipede Demon, where there's lava all over the place.
Yeah.
Yes, don't worry, I'll give you all the hot speedrunning tips. Hidden knowledge. Okay, so unfortunately Regal missing his first attack, getting a really bad attack from Centipede. That one was a really tough hitbox to dodge.
Oh, is he gonna go for early Capra?
Is it really early when he has 16 Soul Spears?
I guess that's a good point. Oh. No, but he doesn't have hidden body or anything. That'll be a little bit scary with the dogs. But I guess the nice thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Okay, for Regal's health bar, he duped Quillike Soul 999 times, which is 10 million souls. He didn't use cheat engines.
Yeah.
He basically just leveled all that he needed into strength, endurance, and vitality.
I saw a little bit of attunement just to be able to use some spells, but
that's true.
Yeah. And then those 2 fire bombs for probably for Beta Chaos later on. And then he bought the resident key. He's gonna go do the lower undead berg skip here.
Ooh, I wonder if Soul Spear's okay. So Soul Spear actually pierces. I was wondering if you could get 2 or 3 in one attack. The reason for doing multiple routes would probably just be personal preference. I mean, the great thing about Dark Souls is there are so many different routing options. You can do tons of different weapons. There's probably at least 5 or 6 different routes that could get sub 80 IGT. You know, all involving different glitches, which you don't have to do.
And then any person having even more weapons that could be added to that. Oh, going for the plunge, and he got it too. Nice. And then he's gonna go free. Yeah, he's gonna go free Griggs here in the lower undead berg, while Regal is gonna go do the Beta Chaos. Definitely one of the scarier fights for Regal, but with so much fit, I doubt that a Firestorm can actually do anything to him.
Definitely not. No, you usually survive with around 26. He's at 3 times that, roughly.
Yeah. You can survive 20 as long as you, with 20 in armor, as long as you stand completely still.
Attack of the Dogs on Dark One's side. I'm not quite sure where he's going. I thought he was going to Capra, but... Yeah,
so did I. I guess he's just going to go for Taurus instead.
Oh, that's right. He hasn't killed Taurus yet. That makes sense.
Yeah. You know, this route is definitely comfy, but it does have a lot of backtracking, which kind of sucks for a speed run. Oh, did he miss?
He missed, and choosing to heal right in the face of 2 hollows. So he blocks both of them, shoots him in the face with a Soul Spear. I mean, he does have plenty to spare. I don't think Taurus is going to need more than 2 or 3.
And then RegoleSlayer showing how... normally, this boss is designed to... You're supposed to run around and destroy the 2 orbs that you kind of were able to see there. But instead, with some clever bomb throws, you can avoid doing that and just stand in the center. Otherwise, you would have to do this whole other scary sequence, and then you can be knocked off. And
Regal trying to attack the actual boss with the rapier, which is a terrible hitbox.
Yeah.
Missing a couple of times, and he gets hit by Beta Chaos's attack. He does a quarter of his health bar. And so he just hits it with his fist.
Is that going to be a 2-shot Taurus Demon? That's amazing. There you go.
So now he's going to, I guess, bone back to Firelink? Then what's he going to do?
No, Oh, he's gonna go do...
He's gonna warp to Firelink. He probably should have rested.
Yeah, to save that extra...
To save for the warp, yeah.
And then RegoleSlayer, he's gonna go now for the
dark root forest / basin section of the run.
Yep. And this is where you start setting up for the DLC, because the DLC, to get access to the DLC, makes total sense and is totally logical if you think about it.
I'm sure Miyazaki has his reasons.
Oh, and more duping on Darkland's side.
I mean, he didn't get the 10 million souls from selling Quelaag Soul 999 times like Regole did.
True. Yeah.
He just wants to catch up. Maybe one day he'll have a health bar that's as impressive as him.
Oh, nice. That was pretty flair. Baiting the guy into attacking you and then just kind of going to the side. Especially with such low health, it can be kind of scary, this room. But he did pretty well with it.
Actually, that's a good point. So, in Dark Souls, the health bar has a set length that it can only appear as. It can't go any bigger. So he actually has more health than the game can actually show. So if you were to get hit right now, it would appear that his health bar doesn't actually change because he has, he has more health than what the health bar shows.
And a two-shot on the gargoyle.
Like maybe once or twice before his health bar actually starts going down.
Wait, how much health does he have then?
I mean, I'm not entirely sure. Depends on, like, you want to spend a lot in health, endurance, and strength. It's basically however much you want to do, like, based on individual preference.
Right.
How you want to split it. Yeah, I believe Regole might actually be doing my route, or something. Well, it's not exactly my route, because I don't use any magic. I guess he wants it for Hydra.
Just something akin to that. Oh, that actually cuts one of the heads, too.
So, I guess he didn't get any black firebombs?
So that'll be interesting for Butterfly, because Butterfly, I guess he's just going to use magic.
I assume that's why he got Heavy Soul Arrow, yeah.
Oh, and talk number 2 with Logan here. Did he leave on purpose? Oh, he's trying to get more soul spears. But this time from
Are you
Greg.
sure?
Yeah.
Well, he's probably buying the. He probably wants to buy the ring to increase his sorcery damage.
No, but he can just buy the ring from Griggs. Now it doesn't matter. But I think when what's his name, Logan? When Logan leaves, he can.
Oh, right.
Griggs will sell soul spears too.
No, I assume he wants Logan to leave so that he can get Crystal Soul Arrow.
Oh, Crystal Soul Arrow. There you go. Maybe that's what he wants. Then
because that way, instead of having unlimited soul arrows, he can have unlimited stronger soul arrows. Yeah.
Same speed, just a lot more damage. Oh, gonna go do the Quelaag section now. I'm assuming he's doing this so that he can QS some stuff.
I mean, I don't know how much quantity storage would do for him because he doesn't need stamina because he's using magic.
Right.
Health would help a little bit, but only so much.
Yeah, for a comfy route, he's staying really low vit. I will say that.
So far, yeah.
And then
Regole coming up to a little bit of a skip right here, so you can actually
he
almost got the back up. So you can actually run along that little railing. It's a little bit scary because if you run like slightly too far to the left, you just fall off.
And then picking up the armor here.
Yeah, instead he just runs around, picks up the armor. He quits out because there's a bunch of guys chasing after him. You can kind of YOLO it and choose to not quit out. But
I'm wondering for RTA, wouldn't it be faster to talk to the cat? Because if you talk to the cat, the enemies can actually de-aggro for long enough to get out of range. and then
Whose
you don't have
strats
to
is
put
that?
out.
I remember referring to that as someone's strats, and I forget who.
Yeah,
Someone's
the only
definitely
problem is
done that. Yeah.
the only
They would,
problem is like it'll pause you from running.
Yeah, if when you
that's
talk to the cat, it basically assumes you're joining the Covenant, so it stops the forest enemies from chasing you.
Yeah,
I
and then
remember
you have
seeing someone, they would fail the ruin skip. They would run back, talk to the cat, and keep trying it over and over and over until they got it. It was kind of funny to watch.
That's amazing. And the nice thing about Regal's route is that he doesn't have to deal with consistent night or the RTSR setup, so he's definitely not going to do any RTSR. Which is definitely nice because he's just got so much fit to, and he's just going to deal so much damage anyways without it. It's not
He hasn't even gone to RTSR, has he?
No, he doesn't. He didn't.
Yeah, Dark One does not have all that many level ups. He hasn't done quantity storage to get like a ton of souls. He's only killed like a handful of bosses.
Yeah.
A lot of them are early game bosses, so he hasn't gotten like a ton of souls. He might be doing that right now.
Yeah, he might be doing the Isolith section, which Regal already completed all that. Oh, he's gonna grab this bonfire.
He has the Lord Vessel though. Why?
Maybe he's gonna come back to this area. He's not gonna do it now. Again, just a lot of backtracking, it seems, in his route, which seems really interesting.
Yeah, it's possible that he's gonna come back once he has Crystal Soul Spear, so we'll have just like a bit more damage.
And then RegoleSlayer gonna continue on his way to trying to open up the DLC by doing the Seath section next. By killing the Hydra, he was able to see a Crystal Golem, which he killed, and then got access to Dusk, a very important NPC to get access to the DLC. After that, you have to get a pendant from one of the golems in this coming up here. And then after you get that pendant, you go back to where Dusk is, and that's how you get access to the DLC. So we'll get to see that later.
And
but
meanwhile, we were correct, and Dark One is going to be doing quantity storage.
Quantity storage, yep.
I assume it would just be to get souls. I don't see anything else you would need. Interestingly, both have waved at the camera so far.
That's very true.
They're definitely showmans. Oh, he fell.
Ooh.
I've done that.
Well, we learned the hard way that as long as you don't place the Lord Vessel, it's okay. You want to make sure you place it with Frampt, because if you place it on your own, Frampt will get mad at you, and then he won't talk to you, and so you can't.
He really wants to help you with your quest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to do quantity storage, you basically, I believe I mentioned this before, but you have to queue up a menu, and then you have to keep moving, otherwise the menu will open. You want to delay opening it. And you're standing right next to a pit, and he's trying. Oh, he's quitting out.
Oh,
does that
for
make
the Frampt? Yeah, probably.
Okay,
probably
that makes
sense.
sense.
And then Regal here, man, a lot's going on. Regal here is trying to do Duke Skip.
Okay, he failed it, so it gives us a bit more time to explain it.
You normally have to go through this whole prison escape sequence in the game where you face Seath for the first time, but he's pretty much invincible. So it forces you to die, but by doing the skip here on the elevator, you can actually avoid that whole entire sequence and just go straight to fighting Seath without having to fight him invincible and then having to do this 7-minute prison escape sequence.
Yeah, you get to skip Prison Break Dark Souls Edition.
Pretty much.
So you just land on this railing while the elevator's going down. Oh, you missed it again.
And then
you can just barely roll to this little railing.
GTA Souls, basically.
Yes, action queuing is probably the single most broken thing in this game. If it were to be fixed in the remaster, which it probably will based on what I guess Bandai Namco is saying, then it will be a very different speedrun, which I guess will be interesting in itself.
It's okay, Miltrift will show the way with his... Are
you kidding? He's been way too triggered by the graphical changes. Oh,
what the?
That was okay. Yes,
that was close.
There, otherwise, he probably would have died to fall damage.
Yeah, but Havel Tracer will show the way in the remaster.
Havel Tracer.
Well, Halberd Tracer. That's what he calls it.
Yes, that's very different from Havel Tracer.
Hey, you never know, man.
I mean, yeah, you could definitely pick up Havels without wasting too much time.
BKH. Ooh.
Having a lot of difficulty with Duke Skip. Rolling just a little bit too far to the left, so he's basically bonking into the wall and he's bouncing off.
And this is giving Dark One a lot of time to catch up because those quitouts, they don't seem like a lot, but they start adding up pretty quick. So Dark One's now going to be doing the wooded section, using all of his souls now to level up.
Finally able to see. Why does he get so much attunement? Attunement doesn't do anything in this game. This isn't Dark Souls 2.
Wait, does it not speed up your casting speed? Because you got a lot of dex too, and he Regal
only
finally
dex
getting
does that.
Oh, okay. That's interesting then.
Get some
a little bit of endurance.
That stamina bar is it's a little bit jealous of his health bar.
Oh, and he's getting
more soul spears. I mean, I guess Soul Spear does have very few casts per attunement slot.
Yeah. It's only like 4. So and then he has fall control too.
30, 40?
Putting out there, interesting. I guess he just doesn't want to aggro
setup he wants for these NPCs for RTSR, or is he?
Oh yeah, he's going for the magic.
Oh, so he's just gonna stand here and get shot by the mage over and over and over again.
He could be sprinting.
He avoids getting hit by the consistent knight.
Oh yeah.
That should be RTSR. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately he doesn't have the same setup that the Regal had with the Dragon Tooth and just overbearing yourself, and so when you fall down, you just take a lot of fall damage. And then casting fall control allows you to control your fall and take no fall damage, but not taking the drop that down to the bridge. So
I wonder if he doesn't have the enough equip load to do it. Oh, pulling a Mecha Pope and falling into the river.
And then here's where Regal's finally gonna get to. Although, why did he equip the Dusk Ring there?
It's probably just to play it safe, and it basically just makes fall damage less scary.
Yeah.
So now, unfortunately, he has to get smacked by. Oh, is he going to go for the a knight setup and try and just like improv something? Okay, another hit. One more should do it.
So the thing about
should be a running attack now. There you go.
Yeah, there he goes. The thing about the clams here is that they're kind of annoying. You want to do a certain run in order to avoid getting them because they can get into the boss room. And this is the crystal that that was mentioned before. Makes them invincible, so you have to break it first.
Yeah, once you spawn into the fight, a fog wall appears, like basically at the entrance. So if there's a clam between like Seath and the fog wall, it will stay in the fight when Seath appears. So you don't want that.
It's not too scary with this much health, but especially with lower. Oh, but he just walked through that curse. Making easy work of Seath, though.
That would definitely be a way to die with that much vitality, is just get cursed. Because he's got no armor on. You can just equip the stone armor pants and still fast roll. And that would make a difference.
And then Dark One here showing how he kills Hydra. Free aiming basically the heads.
Yeah, pretty good aim actually. I'm
impressed.
It's not easy to free aim like that.
Yep. And then he's gonna go fight the same golem to get access to the DLC later on, and to Dusk in particular. While Regal here is gonna go fight Butterfly. Let's see how much.
He could do Butterfly. He could do the C segment. It's yeah,
he
just
tried
depends.
It too early. So 277, not probably about what 6-7 shots. So a little bit more than.
Yeah, that's I wonder if that's even faster than firebombs. despite using magic, neither people are actually doing grapple mage, believe it or not.
I think Darkman probably calls it comfy mage. Oh, and he's running back. Oh, he's gonna talk to Dusk now.
Yes, he wants the Dusk Crown ring, or sorry, the Dusk Crown, not the Dusk Crown ring.
Yeah.
It's basically just a head item that increases your magic by, I believe, 20%. It also increases your magic damage taken by 20%, but that's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, especially with RTS. If he keeps using RTSR, which is interesting because he's using RTSR, but still got a huge amount of health.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough like fall damage setups that he should be okay.
Yeah.
I believe the Forest is the only one where you try and use like an enemy dealing damage to you to use RTSR.
And then Priscilla, too.
Priscilla, that's true. That's true.
And then getting hidden body here, which is really useful. Normally you only get it for the DLC, but now that he has it, it basically makes you close to invisible. So enemies aggro at a much closer range than normal.
It will mean that he doesn't have to do the clam like pathing, the pathing to avoid the clams, because you can just cast hidden body. Regol is going to be doing Dragon Tooth for like 95% of bosses. He used magic for Hydra and for Butterfly. I assume he's not going to use it for anything else.
Yeah, unless he decides to randomly pick up Darkbeat, but I don't think he leveled up enough intelligence for that. So I'm assuming he's just going to finish the game with the Dragon Tooth. Grabbing the bonfire for Sanctuary Guardian, pretty safe. And since he doesn't have RTSR, it's not like he's going to be losing much time anyway, so...
That's true. And well, if he was at really low health, so it's, he has to heal anyways, because he doesn't have RTSR.
I am curious if Dark One's going to go for the Duke Warp instead of the Duke Skip.
Is that something he does?
I don't know, but he does have fall control, so he can do it. But I don't know if he did it before. If you know how to do it,
he would win in my heart if he does that.
Yeah.
A little bit of a frame drop or something.
Oh yeah, he's dropping a couple frames. Yeah, we don't get to see that much. It's definitely a lot easier if you know how to do it.
And Dark One has just killed Gwyn, getting a new world record. You saw it here first, everybody.
Yep, 57:37. Everybody mark it. All right, and then Regol.
Meanwhile, Regol has killed the first DLC boss.
And this is where the DLC really begins.
Yes, and he's going to be buying Hidden Body right now. He almost bought Hidden Weapon instead.
Also a very useful item, makes your weapon invisible. Why would
that
you
way
need
the bosses don't know which weapon he's using, so they won't be prepared.
Man, bosses must be so confused though. They're like expecting this big heavy weapon to slam down on them, and then it just goes for a poke instead. Ooh, first try Duke Skip from Dark One, so I guess no on the Duke Warp. But and then he's setting up here for
Royal Wood Skip?
Yeah, Royal Wood Skip, there you go. That's I was trying to think of the name. Unfortunately he doesn't have fall control, so he has to do a roll in order to get it.
So basically, if you do a plunging attack, he seems to have messed that up. If you do a plunging attack and then your attack connects with a wall, you basically get enough frames to input a roll. And rolls in this game will iframe even like fall damage, so it just means you can take lethal fall damage, roll it, and do stuff you shouldn't be able to do, basically.
And again, Stennis fails us.
He does have a little bit of time to burn.
Yeah.
So there he gets the roll. Iframes the fall damage, and now he's down here. Interestingly, he's not taking... Oh, I guess he has a ton of health and no RTSR, so he's fine, but...
But he did take the bonfire, which is interesting. Ooh,
did he take the bonfire after Guardian?
Yeah, he did. He grabbed the bonfire after Guardian.
Mm,
I guess he can just do the... I guess he can just do the skip again.
If he dies to Artorias with that much health, then
yeah, that is
he
true.
has other problems. So if everything goes okay, he should be able to kill Artorias in 3 move swap attacks. Instead, he gets a normal R1.
Regular R1. Yeah, that's the problem with locking on, is that it only move swaps running attacks. Move swap only changes the running attacks. So if you aren't running, it'll still do a normal R1 if you press R1. And whenever you lock on, it actually, depending on what angle you're running at, it'll cancel your run basically. So you sometimes just go for a regular R1 there instead.
And Regole taking advantage of his gigantic stamina bar and just like running R1, and then the boss gets staggered. Keep running, keep attacking. It's pretty forgiving.
Yeah, he has so much stamina. He basically beat Artorias without having to regen.
Dark One breaking Seath Crystal with a Soul Spear. Interesting.
I mean, he's got so many to spare, it doesn't even matter. He still has 26 left.
He's got 26 left over.
It's just how how recent this quantity storage been out for. And it's just so crazy how much it just breaks the game.
Yeah, it changed a lot of things. It's been a couple of months.
Making a quick work of Seath, and then gonna go talk to Logan here.
Yes, I assume. So he's gonna be doing, I assume, quantity storage to buy 999 Crystal Soul Spear.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh,
he used
no.
the backstabbing his master.
He can't hit him. Oh, there he goes. Rest in peace.
And then Regal here, he actually just did a run to trigger one of the bosses in the DLC.
If you don't equip the hat, I'm taking back everything good I've ever said about your run.
Disappointed. But RegoleSlayer has to trigger Calamite. He's one of the bosses that comes up a little later in the DLC. And then he has to pick up a particular item in order for... Because Calamite's normally flying in the air. So unless you have a crap ton of arrows, which he does have 99 arrows, but...
Not very good arrows. Oh, he fell. He's not going to be able to quit out in time. Just the kill box is too low to the ground.
But yeah, so he has to, it's again a great Miyazaki design for triggering a boss fight. You have to get a particular item from a chest, a mimic in particular, in order to trigger this boss fight, and then you have to do this whole little side thing. And this Dark One gonna go for... Dark One still needs to kill Sif. Oh, and he grabbed the... I guess he grabbed the bonfire at before Seath.
Yes, he had to grab the bonfire there in order to talk to Logan.
Yeah, so he has to do the run back here.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how you would route around that, because that's the whole reason you do the Sif in Orlando and Butterfly DLC section together, is because you take this bonfire. So I wonder if there's a different way to route this.
This is a one bonfire that unfortunately you can't warp to. It's not like the other Souls games where you can just warp to any bonfire. So you have to go from the Undead Parish all the way back to this bonfire. And then this is the item that was mentioned before, the Crest Key. You need it to be able to talk to an NPC a little later on, and then that'll trigger Calamite.
Dark One getting stuck on a bush, and then out of frustration stabbing the bush with his catalyst.
And not wearing the hat, kind of upsetting.
Not wearing the hat. Come on, Dark One. You can equip it now. Like, you have to wait anyways.
Oh, he is!
Yes! Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And at this point, like, souls are basically unnecessary, so you can just Dark Sign. You don't even have to worry about Homeward Bones. Wow, that two-shot.
All I can think of is that one highlight from Sanso, where he equips the hat and immediately gets punched by Andre. Good stuff.
Wait, what?
I'll post it in chat if I can find it. Hang on.
Yeah, two-shotting Butterfly. Like, I'm wondering how Sif is gonna go now. Regal gonna go for the penultimate boss in the DLC, Manus here. Definitely one of the more challenging boss fights, I would say, of the DLC. But should make quick work of it with
this health bar. There's not too much he can do that he can be concerned about. I mean, if he dies, it's going to be to fall damage at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming he can tank. He can tank the combo, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so he basically can, as long as he can get a heal in before. Definitely two very comfy routes we're seeing today, which is nice.
Actually, this highlight won't load for me. It plays the first second, and then just says resource not supported.
Three shots on Sif from Dark One and Crystal Soul Spear.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful spell.
Yeah. And he probably has a lot of intelligence too. I didn't actually get to see how much he leveled up, but... Dang, Sanso deleting all his highlights. Well, that was kind of... I mean, it doesn't matter what the amount of health he has, but that was kind of... you never really want to hit Manus right on the hand, because if you stagger Manus, he has this ability to cancel out of any stagger animation, so he can instantly go for another attack. But again, whatever he would have dished out wouldn't have mattered with how much health Regal has. Now warping to Lucille Township for the final DLC boss. And Dark One is going to be making his way to the DLC right now. So. Unfortunately, Dark One does have a lot of areas he still has to do. Like he still has to do Lower Endeburg, he still has to do Isolith, which Regal already took care of.
Yes.
But
now this is the reason you talked to Dusk earlier, is to pick up these items over here.
So is this goodbye for the Logan hat? It was a good Logan hat while it lasted.
I mean, he better just like put it on for the bosses, and then like put on the Dusk crown, and then put the hat back on.
Yeah, we expect nothing less.
Dark One's route is unfortunately just a little bit suboptimal.
There's just a little too much. Yeah, too much backtracking. Honestly, if it weren't for that, it would actually be really nice.
Regal is definitely ahead.
Yeah. Like, just the fact that you have to do Sense Gate skip twice kind of sucks. Although the nice thing is, unlike Regal, he's gonna be like two-shotting bosses basically, so it'll be really, really fast.
Yeah, I mean, with Dragon Tooth +5, it's definitely not far from two-shotting, but the real advantage is being able to do it from range.
Yeah, so you can just spam, and then again, you don't have to worry about stamina. So you
a lot of attacks, yeah, like a lot of attacks from bosses, you can just like roll it away, and then just cast your spell, and their follow-ups can't hit you. Whereas with melee, you usually have to roll towards them,
yeah,
see if they're doing a follow-up or not, and then try and do an attack based on what they're doing.
So he just has to keep his distance and pretty much spam R1. And then Regal here going for the final DLC boss, Calamite. He's had a pretty good DLC so far. He hasn't taken any... He hasn't died once, which is... even with such like a large amount of health, it's still pretty impressive. Calamite unfortunately having...
That's the power of quantity storage in the Dragon Tooth.
Calamite unfortunately has some wonky hitboxes. So he has to be kind of careful.
Some would say. Okay. Some would say otherwise.
Yeah. Oh, good.
So in that case, he just didn't get a roll.
Yeah.
Can't blame the hitbox for that one. You can if you're just like, commentating it live. You're like, oh, definitely. Nothing I could have done.
And he failed the royal wood skip there. That sucks.
That is unfortunate. Regal actually getting a lot of single hits on his running attacks. So the whole advantage of using the rapier move swap is getting a double hit, but he keeps missing the second one and then rolling straight into Calamite's attacks.
I will say what sucks about having so much health is that like Estus does basically nothing to your health. So
2 or 3 more attacks and he might actually die. Oh, 4, 5, 6. Okay, he's fine now.
So like it takes a lot more Estus, or you need to upgrade your Estus in order for it to even dent really that much. But he's fine. While Dark One goes back and to do Royal Wood Skip again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not going for the 100% consistent Stennis setup.
Ooh.
So he's gonna make it a little bit more...
surviving with a tiny sliver of health. But
yeah, that's meme HP right there.
At that point, you can just do a YOLO attack and the boss just dies.
Unless you're doing RTSR, because if the boss kills you fast enough, you can actually...
It looked like Dark One thought he messed it up, and he tried to quit out and like
almost
accidentally opened the wrong menu, but then it worked, so he was okay.
Yeah, Pink and the upgraded Estus. Pink, when are you gonna quantity storage the Firekeeper soul? Get plus 10 Estus.
I haven't.
Why wouldn't it?
I know there's some. It definitely checks like quantities of the different Firekeeper souls differently.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
But I don't know about individuals having multiples. Probably would work, but who knows?
And casting Hidden Body here because he's gonna go for the Capra section next.
Hopefully he can get Move Swap before it wears off. He's definitely having some trouble. He decides to just equip it normally and not even bother with the Move Swap attack.
Yeah, how many? I'm assuming it's only like a. How many hits for Capra does he? It's like a 2 or 3.
It will definitely be 1 or 2.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Getting first try, lower undead berg skip, or skip 2 lower undead berg, I guess.
Ooh, so he equips all the stone armor because he doesn't want to get staggered by these dogs.
Oh yeah.
It's even enough to avoid being staggered by Capra Demon. Interesting. I didn't know it was that good. He quits out here because there's... Well, basically because he just ran past all the dogs and thieves before the fog gate. They're just waiting out there for him. So if he like steps foot out there, he's just gonna get like mobbed.
Yep. And then Dark One going for the crest key now.
He can just spam his spells.
Yep.
At all the NPCs in his way.
Although he does have 6 Lloyd talismans, but I guess it is faster to just kill the chest at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he even picked those up. And
he picked that up for the lightning spear earlier on. Ooh, and then Regal here.
That's right. That's right. I'd forgotten about that.
He failed the jump, so he has to kind of go a longer way. It's not super long, but it's definitely a lot scarier than just making the jump and dropping down to this area.
I mean, if he had like a normal amount of HP, he would be dead.
It would be scarier, yeah.
He would be long dead. That's probably half of his health because like his health bar is extended past where it displays.
Having some trouble with move swap, which I mean, during a race, I can attest to that. You can be as good as you want, but then the race jitters just get to you.
Literally works every time.
There he goes. And then Dark One gonna make his way down to. I'm assuming he's gonna grab Dark Beat at this point. I don't see why he wouldn't.
Yeah, I would assume so. Let's see if Regal can get past Race Luck. No, he can't. I've seen this so many times where. Okay, so the boss he's about to face right now, Gaping Dragon. Probably 90% of the time, he does an attack that basically lets you attack him right away. I've seen so many people get him to not do that. This is the attack. He does it almost every time, and just
almost every single time.
Tournament, he's just been destroying everybody.
And I freaked out the first time I saw him not do that, and I was like, "Wait, what am I supposed to do?" And just the best thing to do is quit out, which unfortunately, especially like IGT, it probably wouldn't waste as much time, but RTA it definitely.
Yeah, that happened to me at NASA. And I had like an RTSR setup, so I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna try and Regal.
Oh, and he goes for the effect for the
weird dialogue from this this cleric character.
What's the audio on his?
We're not using his audio.
Yeah, we were using Dark Ones.
When did this become the hot new thing, by the way? I'd only heard about it like starting from this tournament.
I know it's a thing, or people have mentioned it a couple times, but I think. With the tournament, the memes just kind of went on high alert.
Okay, because I was the first race in the tournament, so I didn't know I was supposed to do that.
Yeah, and then you're also supposed to pop the soul in front of whatever her name is, that NPC that likes Artorias. You're supposed to pop his soul in front of her, and then bench jump, of course, or bench skip. Just the hot memes.
Yeah, so Dark One getting roughly like 2 Crystal Soul Spears per per dodged attack.
Yeah.
For Manus. Pretty good.
That was a really fast Manus too. So RegoleSlayer just has to do the Anor Londo section, right?
Anor Londo.
Nido.
No, because he hasn't done Nido.
Yeah, so those 2 sections. Because he's done Beta Chaos. He hasn't done 4 Kings. I don't think he did.
And so right now he just has to pick up this item over here to access another area for an upcoming boss. Yeah, so now he's going to do the Nido section.
Yep.
Newbie, is it true that you're a bully?
You know, I've been called many things, but I never expected to be called a bully.
Wow.
Wait, what did I bully this time? Is it bullying to be called a bully, by the way? If you're bullying me, or is she just anti-bullying me?
Okay, so I'm kind of curious if Regal is going to be doing a quit out at this lever. Because if you quit out, it will reset the skeletons who are chasing after you, ready to like eat your soul or something like that. He does decide to do it. It wastes a little bit of RTA. But I guess at this point it's probably better to do it than not.
I'm curious if any of them are watching the race currently. Though.
Well, it sounded like Dark One was, because he linked us his pasteman for Comfy Mage.
But I'm wondering whether he closed it after that. because we were just kind of starting at that point.
Ooh. So Regal took some fall damage from the skeleton. He actually was a lot... Okay, I thought that was going to be a lot closer than it was. Because he took some damage from an attacking skeleton, then one landed on his head, so I'm like, well, he might just die here.
And then one of them can also just like completely throw you off track, so you're going to bounce off the ledge instead of like landing on it, and that would have sucked. But he did just fine. And then we get to the next quote-unquote boss.
What do you mean, quote-unquote? He is a boss, health bar. He's a boss. There's no argument to be made.
There was a boss there once.
So Dark One should be doing Calamite right, well, just a few seconds. Should be interesting to see how it goes. Calamite he does have a lot of health. And he does deal with ranged attacks a lot better than Manus does, because he has his own ranged attacks. He can fly at you. So it should be, trying to cast Fall Control just before his previous one wore off.
Also, is he the only one that actually played with a female character? I think most people have been running male so far. Just because duping with a female character is just a little bit more tedious, since you have to two-hand your weapon, so you can't do the normal dupes like using the shield. Just a little too far away.
I've seen other people do female and runs for sure. I don't know about
in the race,
in the tournament. Yeah, so as you can see, Dark One getting hit by this attack, Calamite turning around and immediately missing. So
that was literally just R1 spamming. There was nothing else about that fight. I don't even think he rolled, did he?
Yeah, it was... Well, he rolled, but he got hit afterwards.
You run female, maybe pink?
So Regal coming up to Nito.
Which is the second...
Yeah, he's the third Lord Vessel, or Lord Soul boss. He equips all of this stone armor. It's basically the reason he picked it up. Because there's a lot of like little skeletons in here that'll just keep smacking you, and you don't want them to interrupt your attacks. Chugging his Estus. It takes a lot to get him back to full health.
Yeah, he won't be having any more Estus for this fight, but he doesn't really need it. Once he gets down to Nito, he should be fine, as long as... Ooh. The only thing that might get scary if Nito decides to spam, that like AoE effect, but no, he should be fine.
I mean, that's literally like over twice the health bar you usually have in like any percent.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's okay.
Wow, the luxury of keeping the he still has the ring from Four Kings.
Yeah, because he doesn't have RTSR. The only rings he has is the ring from Four Kings and the Dust Crown ring, neither of which are very useful.
Yeah.
So you just basically get to run and attack bosses. There's not too much menuing or equipment slot. Oh, what happened to Dark One?
Dark One tried to quit out there, but he did an interesting fall control seal skip there though. He rolled down instead of doing the normal jump that you would do with fall control.
I wonder if that was just a mistake, trying to jump, but getting a roll instead.
But it's really nice because for... Oh, are they both going? I guess they're both going to go to Four Kings now.
That's right, this race is dead even now, folks. Anyone could take it. Yeah, I guess now would be a good time to explain seal skip. So normally you have to... You can see the water to the right of Regal here. Normally to access the next boss you have to lower the water. But instead, if you do what is called a slope quit out, so if you slide down a slope and then quit out, you basically reach the bottom of the slope before the fall damage gets applied. So when you quit out, oh, he didn't actually get it, but you'll see it in a second. Once you get to the bottom of the slope, you quit out, you load back in, you're at the bottom of the slope, but you haven't taken the fall damage. So it basically allows you to access this area before you should.
Yeah, and then
you're underwater because you're like some kind of submarine or something.
Dark One's going to do a much easier version of it where you use fall control. And so basically fall control gives you like a second more because the game tries to check if you should be allowed to survive that fall. So it takes like a split second before it actually kills you. So instead what you can do is you just jump over the to the ledge where Dark One where Regal actually quit out for. And
yeah, so you actually save an extra quit out.
Yep. Well, let's see what he's gonna do here because he rolled. Oh no, he was going for a jump. I guess he just missed, like accidentally rolled instead.
Was that too early? I mean, it's pretty generous, but I didn't hear the screaming. No, he's fine. Okay.
No, he's fine. It's literally just you just have to wait like a second and then you should be okay.
I've never done fall control quit outs, and I never will. I'm not a filthy magic user.
Unfortunately, Regal getting the magic attack. This magic attack is just really annoying because it just follows you around. And it can actually stay, apparently, for 5 seconds. As I learned yesterday the hard way.
The timing he got it at was actually pretty fortunate. Because it homes on you, but the homing isn't very good. So if you just, like, stand in the center, it just kind of goes around you. Meanwhile,
damn,
Dark
One King.
You blink and you miss it. 4 Kings is there and it's gone.
Is there even a right to call it a 4 Kings at that point? The One King was there, and now he's gone.
I'm curious what Regal's strength is, because with Dragon Tooth plus 5 no RTSR, you only want to get 52. I mean, I guess that doesn't really matter, but with 52 strength, you get like really, really close to 2 Kings. You can't get 2 Kings, but you get close. So I guess in a way it makes the 3rd King slightly faster because you save an attack or 2.
You see, this is the catalyst you should be using for your R2 only.
I didn't even get that far. I was doing more than that. I was doing like over 300 to hollows.
Oh, I didn't realize that you have less casts with the Tin Catalyst?
Yeah, so Tin Crystal Catalyst halves your spell casts, but it gives you more damage.
Just a lot more damage?
Not a lot more damage.
Oh. And then there was the boss there, but now he's gone. Basically doing the section that Regal already kind of did. He's gonna go down to Gaping Dragon. But unfortunately, like it's gonna be really hard for him to catch up.
Especially if he dies to these dogs.
That's a nice RTSR setup, though. I will say that.
Dark's timer kind of disappeared. So we started, and then it was really far ahead for some reason, and then it was gone.
Well, at first it was like IGT, then it was like 1 minute ahead, and then it was gone. So, and he got the jump that Regal unfortunately didn't get.
Just a short little skip.
Yeah, but it's more for it's just more comfortable because then you don't have to deal with all the enemies kind of chasing you around.
I mean, he is doing Comfy Mage.
Yeah. Will he keep RTSR for... I guess he should, right? Will this one-shot Gaping Dragon?
I doubt it. I think it would be, like, close-ish, but not a one-shot. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but that's my prediction.
Well, he's only got 2 casts, so he better not miss. Oh, and he got it. First try.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Almost 7,000 damage.
Alright, let's see. Gwendolyn is probably the most skill-based boss in the game, as everybody has clearly pointed out. No RNG involved. It all depends on how much practice you've done. And
yeah, so this boss has 3 attacks. You can literally only attack if they do one of those attacks. Otherwise, you just have to wait. So as you can see, doing the same attack, can't punish that attack.
Well, technically he can go for 2 attacks, but one of them is just much slower because he can warp away while you're attacking him.
Yeah, that's true. And it's a lot riskier. With his health, I mean, I guess it's not really a problem.
Ideally, though, you want to just attack him when he shoots arrows.
So if he shoots the arrows, you have enough time to hit him before he teleports, and you can stagger him and kill him. If you do it while he's doing this, like, the homing soul mass attack, the one he's doing right now, he will teleport before you can stagger him, so you won't be able to finish him. So it's like, well, do you wait, or do you like try and go for it now? It's, you know.
Although at this point,
I bet Regal was thinking like, well, if I would have known he was going to spam this for so long, I would have just tried to hit him now.
Just gotten an attack.
Never know.
Yeah. And that's the worst part. Like
now he just decides he's going to run for it.
Yeah. And he could totally do this too.
He teleports, like, he gets one attack in, can't finish him.
And that's the worst part. He could totally do this again, so it could be the same thing all over again.
Now he gets the good attack.
All you had to do was just hit him once. Oh, almost, well, 2 shots on Stray Demon. I guess Stray Demon is
how much damage he did to Stray Demon?
Yeah, it was a lot. Like 9,000, I think?
It was over a lot.
I do think like Stray Demon's the one boss with the most health, right? In the base game. And then Mana's just kind of won him over once the DLC came out. If I remember correctly, I think Stray Demon has the most health.
I would believe that or Nito, probably one of those two. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Dark One's gonna go down to Pinwheel next. And he's going to do a Catacomb skip that's a little bit different from the one that Regal did. Since he has Fall Control, he can just do a Fall Control quit out. Although he has to be careful, because there is a spot, if you hit, you'll actually crash the game. So
both runners are done the DLC, but Regal just has to do Anne Orlando, and then he has Gwyn, and he's done.
Yeah, and then
Dark One still has to do... he has to do Nito, and the whole Anne Orlando section, and then I don't think he just did Stray. Is that it? I believe that's it.
Just Anne Orlando and Isolith?
You're right, because he
just grabbed the bonfire.
He took the bonfire before I actually completed it and never finished it. You're right.
So it should be really fast to get through, but it's still gonna be like, I want to say 10 to 15 more minutes. Well, Regal literally has maybe like 5 more minutes left. If everything goes well, maybe 5 to 7 minutes left of the game.
Not even, because it's just, he's basically at the next boss, and then it's just Gwyn.
Yep. As long as he doesn't get well, really, there's really very little to be concerned about with Gwyn, unless like Gwyn just absolutely decides to...
This is something to be concerned about.
Yeah, this is a little bit concerning. Oh, and he still blocked him. It's fine, though. He doesn't have to worry about the archers anymore shooting from behind.
Okay, now Dark One should be have a pretty easy time with Pinwheel here.
Yeah. Again, the quote-unquote boss.
He's doing his best. You don't need to make fun of him. Actually, I find it's best to do an R2 on Priscilla here, because then she'll die in 3 running attacks instead of requiring 4. Running hits, I guess.
That's actually really smart. I never thought about that.
Okay, he actually got the full hit of both, so it was fine. I usually miss like 1 hit of the first attack because, I don't know, I suck at funding Priscilla or something.
She's invisible, yeah. Darkwind just making his way down to Nito. I think the only death Dark One has had is to Oh, that's an interesting route.
He's not even trying to do the optimal jump. Oh wait, yeah, okay.
I think
see if he can at least. Can he get the hole in one? Oh, he landed right next to it, not quite inside.
Oh no, never mind. He had a couple deaths to ONS. That's true.
Yeah, he died 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm. Why do you still
actually
stream?
Don't hear anything at all.
I don't hear anything at all either. Maybe their audio got messed up. Yeah, I just checked the audio. It is straight even. I think they just replaced.
Do you want to do a cover of the Gwyn song?
Sure, whenever he pops in.
Show us what you got, newbie.
But,
or you could do Nito, I suppose.
Oh, I don't know Nito. I don't remember Nito's theme at all.
Just a lot of like people going oh,
oh yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
True.
So actually, with Hidden Body, Nito's actually really easy because none of the smaller skeletons see you. So,
and he didn't use Dark Beam because he didn't want to use it for since you have to get closer to kill the skeletons. So you can just use Crystal Soul Spear instead, which has a farther range. And here we go. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. I think that gives you the idea, right?
Yeah, it was good. Can we get a round of applause for our runner and also newbie?
Yep. Congratulations, Regal. With a time of 1:36:42.
I hope he doesn't stop his timer, because now we don't know what time Dark One's gonna have. But
oh, he stopped his timer! Oh no. It was 12:40.
Also not hearing any custom credits. I hear that's the new meme.
Oh, don't worry, just pictures will start
special lined up for tomorrow.
Let me ask him if he wants to join the Discord. I hope that's the right name. While Dark One here finishes up Ceaseless.
Yes, he doesn't need to worry about doing like aggroing him with the bow and then move swapping. He just shoots. Is it gonna be 1 dark bead? It might be 2. It's gonna be pretty quick.
Guess we're gonna find out. So yeah, it definitely looks like a really fun route too.
2, yeah. Actually, that's pretty close to 3.
Yeah, I mean Maildraker, which only has like 37 intelligence and like just the base sorcery stuff, 2 shots him. So
okay, Regal is not going to be joining us for an interview. I don't know if it's too late for him or something, but
that sucks.
Yes, he will be moving on to face. You said it was
Sastrain.
Zaztrain.
Yeah, Mr. Sastrain.
Mr. Zaztrain. So let me check.
Gonna go on into that
history. So he has a 148, and now he has a 136. Zaztrain has a 136 and a 129. So there's competition there.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder if I can ask Regal to. What did we say the time was? 1:36:43.
Yes.
I wonder if we can keep the timer going.
I think if you like
undo,
if you undo your splits, it'll keep going from where it was.
Just to see about how much time. Although I guess it's not necessary, but would still be nice to know the time.
Dark One actually doing the Fire Sage elevator clip with his fist. and then just shooting his dark beads. Although he's actually out of dark beads for the next boss. What will he do? Will he use his Crystal Soul Spears? Oh, he's just gonna rest at the bonfire. Okay.
Oh, he's got a timer of his own, so it's okay. I see it.
And you will actually see a very different centipede from Regole.
Yeah.
Because he can just run over to the left here and, well, spam his spells, and the boss dies.
Ooh.
The aiming is actually pretty precise because Dark Beat is like it's like a shotgun kind of attack. So when you're far away, it's not the best.
But he just pulled out the crystal
his Crystal Soul Spears lock on and fire away. He missed a couple, but he missed that one too. Okay, fire again.
This is actually getting kind of scary.
Okay,
there we go.
Mid-air kill. Interesting.
Whose audio are we currently capturing? Because I can't hear any.
Yeah, we were listening to Dark Ones until, slightly after Stray, and now I don't hear anything anymore.
Yeah, it's just playing like a stock Dark Souls music.
Interesting. I guess I would be on the restreamer's side. Maybe, Dark One's audio was cutting out for me whenever he was dropping frames.
Yeah.
It's also taking an interesting path. There it is. Excellent.
Oh, there it is.
He was taking a different path through the Dragon Butt area.
He's probably going for the bonfire.
Oh, is he?
No, he's not. Never mind.
The sound effects for running through the fire. It's good.
Is he gonna go for the bonfire? Because that's where it's at. But you have so much health, why do you need it? Just use the humanity. What?
What? I wonder if he's just like done and he's just gonna kill and skip. No?
He's gonna go.
He doesn't have fire bombs, I bet. I think that's the problem.
Oh crap, he forgot them. No wait, he bought 2! I remember him buying 2 earlier on, and I even mentioned it, like he's gonna use these for...
Maybe he used one on Seath? No, because he used the Soul Spear on Seath. Huh.
I mean, he's definitely going for bombs. That's what he's doing. But I wonder if he doesn't.
A merchant.
I wonder if he realizes that he already.
We should be able to see if we can read the menu fast enough.
Wait, what?
He doesn't have a bow.
Oh, he forgot to buy a bow.
And he didn't pick one up on his way through Darkroot, I guess. So you do actually need to aim your fire bombs pretty carefully for Toki bombs. And you can do it without a bow, but it's a lot more difficult. I wouldn't do it.
It's really challenging.
I also don't know any other ways through Izalith.
And then I think he still needs Gwendolyn and Priscilla, right?
Yeah, the Anor Londo section.
And then he should be done after that?
I believe so, yes. Seems right to me.
Yeah. So it's definitely like an interesting route. It's just unfortunate backtracking you have to do. I think that's what kind of deters it from...
Yeah. Ooh. Dark beat to the face for the,
He's not having any of that.
Yeah. Qualana. I don't even remember her name, if she has a name.
Where's Vadi?
A little heal up, just in case he gets hit by, like, 5 firestorms in a row. You never know.
One of Kellogg's sister?
No, not Quelag's sister. I said Qualana's sister.
But she is. But isn't Quelag also part of that group too? It's like the Seven Sisters, and I think she's one of them.
Let me call up Buddy.
Someone get Buddy on the phone, please. Ooh, I personally never like aiming while the cutscene's happening, because sometimes your camera will just shift on its own.
Yeah, when the camera starts, it basically keeps your input going while like the fade out is happening. It's kind of annoying. A little bit of overkill on the actual boss.
Yeah, I think as long as you can deal 1 damage, you're fine.
I thought it was 2.
Oh, is it? Maybe, it might be actually.
Maybe
it's like a. It's like
it does actually increase in New Game Plus to, I believe, 1 over what it was in New Game.
I know Guinevere. Somebody wasn't able to use the bow.
Yeah, if you don't have enough dexterity to use the bow, that's even in New Game as well. Yeah, it'll just do 1 damage, and she'll just like sit there.
So you need to deal 2.
What?
God. Oh, a fall control? Ooh. I guess stairs doesn't matter, right?
That's gotta be slower, RTA-wise.
Yeah. I can't see that being any faster. It would have been faster if he would have done it before. When the elevator was going up, I think that would have been faster. Ooh, he has to do rafters again? Wait, he got the bonfire!
He did get the bonfire, yeah.
At the dark... Does he not remember?
Also, another thing to note, he almost failed that. He thought he failed it too. You can actually jump from the top of the elevator down to the bottom without actually landing on the elevator.
Oh, that's
but you have to deal with a death cam. Oh! Ooh. Did he... Oh, he's doing okay, he's doing a fall control cutout here. That works. That works.
I still think it would have been faster to warp from the other bonfire, but... That's at least some tech that he showed off. Oh yeah, we need... Well, they'll put winner next to his name.
Speaking of tech, I wonder if he's going to do the optimal jump. The little balcony on the left.
Is that faster, or is it faster to... Oh, no.
I don't think it's faster.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the little ledge that's coming up next. I was wondering whether it's faster to do the... to kill the undead dragon or to fall down over here. Especially with Darkbeat, you just one-shot the guy. You don't, and then you don't have to deal with the archers here.
Was definitely talking about that the last time this came up, and I forget what the answer was.
And then he has to kill these enemies, which, I mean, you would only have to kill the undead dragon. But...
I mean, he doesn't have to with his health bar.
He could probably just tank it.
Actually, making the same mistake as Regal and running... Oh, because he has hidden body, it doesn't have to worry with that. Never mind.
He's fine.
If you're running too far to the right side and that the Baronique Knight drops down, he'll block you.
Unfortunately, he's not going to go for RTSR, so I don't think he's going to... Making sure that he doesn't get moan %. Very smart. For this boss in particular, you can accidentally do damage, and if you one-shot her, for whatever reason, sometimes she gets stuck saying this line, like a line, forever, and you can't warp out of this place. So you basically soft lock the game. But he decided to shoot her first, just in case he one-shot her.
Yeah, it's something to do with the multi-hit effect of Dark Bead.
Yeah. And then if he doesn't one-shot Gwendolyn with this, I'll be quite surprised, honestly.
And we'll see if he can get better luck than Regal did, because he lost probably a good minute. Wow, okay, that was
that's
amazingly fast.
That's really nice.
People dream about that kind of luck. Ooh, not even a one-shot. I'm disappointed.
But still close enough.
So in other words, he could have equipped the big hat, and it wouldn't have made a difference. And yet, he didn't.
Disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's just got win. From the timer, it looks like he's got a 152.28, so he's definitely easy sub 2 hour pace.
Ooh.
I was about to ask, are we gonna get to see the cutscene?
I don't even remember that.
Oh, he didn't have the ring on. Maybe he would have one-shot Gwendolyn with that, because he had the Sif ring, the Abyss ring on, so he didn't actually deal. He didn't have the magic ring on. The timer's on his stream. Unfortunately, it's not showing up on Speed Gaming. But if you go to his stream, it says it's 153.26. Although I'm not sure if it's still like a minute ahead. So it might be like 152 instead.
Yeah, not too far off of his previous run in this tournament.
Yeah. Some unfortunate deaths, but I still think he lost a lot of time to like having to do SGS twice, having to run through Lower Undead Berg, having to run, twice basically, and then doing Isolith twice. So
sounds like we need Siegeward to route Comfy Mage V2.
Nah, he's good. Siegeward's gonna be picking up all the Peach Bond fights, so.
Only the one before ONS. Okay,
does he not pick up Anne Orlando?
No, we'd probably get that one too. I feel like this is not going to be a one-shot without RTSR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and setting up RTSR would take way too much time with that much health. ONS.
And that
Done.
is the end.
Dot comment newbie bow. Looks like it's 154.53-ish. So good job, both of you. Let me see if do we have enough time?
Enough time for an interview? I don't think there's anything else after this, unless there's. I'm not sure about the schedule of Speed Gaming. Actually, I haven't checked that.
Let me check it really quickly. Let's see if we have enough time, and then if you want to invite him. Speed Gaming 2. Yeah, it looks like we're free. Oh, he said actually in the race setup.
Oh, okay, I'll drag him in. Hello, Dark One.
Hello.
How do you feel about your run?
Hell, I made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate.
I was basically too nervous to run any other routes. That's why I ran this one again.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, you got pretty unlucky with your ONS.
Yeah, ONS kind of.
Yeah, usually when I'm not nervous, that takes me one try, but.
Hello, Dark One.
Not today.
Hello.
I mean, you had some pretty good feel about your run going on.
Yeah, forgetting to buy the bow, I accidentally bought the bottomless box, which I don't.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate. Oh, and it looks like his time was 1:53:49. Thank you for.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, you got pretty unlucky with your ONS.
Yeah, ONS the route seemed really interesting. It definitely was a bummer. Threw us for a loop a couple of times, but
I was listening to the commentary, so I heard you guys. But I expect that. It's it's not a standard route, so.
So that bow at the end, did you just forget to buy it at the beginning, or do you usually just pick it up during the forest drop?
Buy it from the Undead Merchant when I went to rescue Griggs, but instead I bought the bottomless box, which I don't actually need.
Right.
That sucks.
I noticed it when I was in the stray nest. I was dropping items. And I noticed, oh, I don't have a bow.
Yeah, we were like wondering whether you just thought you didn't have fire bombs or whether you, and then we realized that you were gonna go back for the bow. So that kind of sucks.
Bombs.
Yeah.
I am glad that you decided to put on the big hat for a little bit.
Definitely, we like that.
I wasn't gonna do that, but I heard your commentary, so.
I'm glad I was able to influence your run a little bit.
Yeah.
It was only about 4 minutes over my PB or something like that in-game time, so it wasn't that bad considering all the mistakes.
Yeah, so definitely a lot of improvement that can be made.
I think so much would be really nice.
But yeah, congrats on finishing the run. So for your route, what do you think is probably the scariest bit?
And really, the only hard part is ONS. Everything else is pretty easy.
Yeah.
And I designed this route, and I designed it for ONS to be as easy as possible too, but...
Yeah, we were talking about how, I mean, Soul Spear just... You cast it so quickly that it...
Mm-hmm. There's only so much you can do without, like, finding a way to get a ton of health before ONS, and they can always do something that surprises you.
I was actually practicing like the normal like Dragon Tooth move swap ONS before the race, and I was like, you know what, this is probably gonna take me longer than if I do Comfy Mage. So
yeah, well, it was definitely an interesting run, so I'm glad I got to see it.
Yeah, definitely good to mix it up every once in a while.
Yeah,
it's definitely fun, but I mean, obviously I know it's not gonna compete with the the really fast routes, but I was kind of hoping maybe my opponent would make some mistakes,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he went for a pretty, I guess, forgiving route.
Yeah, pretty comfy route too. Comfy DT versus comfy Magic.
Yeah, I was hearing that. So, Regole. I mean, what it sounded like.
All right. Well, anything else you want to say to your hordes of adoring fans?
Just next time there's a tournament, look for me again. I'll definitely enter.
Yeah.
Hope to see you there. This one definitely had a good turnout.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you. And then I think the next race will be 2 red 2 game versus Mr. Raiden tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
AM. So, not PM.
Yeah. Hey, did I say PM? My bad. I meant
PM. Yeah.
So in like 12 hours, basically.
9 hours.
So, 9 hours? No, it's like
it's 11 o'clock Eastern.
I am so sorry. It's 8 p.m. for me, so I was like, oh, easy math. 12 hours. 9 hours. There you go.
Yes,
so 9 hours.
9 hours. Don't listen to my co-commentator Nubisaurus.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Doesn't even know what daylight savings time means.
Actually, I don't. My state doesn't use it. That'll be hosted by Gandrake and Savadius?
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be about as busy as today was. There's one at 8, one at 12, one at 3.
Yeah, 3 races. So that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and you guys have a good one.
Yeah, I guess just a quick shout out to Speed Gaming. They've been doing a great job with, doing all the restreaming and schedule and everything.
Working with us,
They've been good. Support your local live streamer.
Yep.
And see you at the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike Capo, for the co-host.
I gotcha.